Episode 71, The Desperate Third Generation. Ninja Shura. These four characters are the words that best describe Li Yue. Standing on the mountain of corpses, Li Yue not only gave people a powerful feeling, but also gave people a sense of horror. So we won? A Konoha Jonin woke up startled, and asked with some uncertainty. Because the scene in front of me is too incredible. Before they came, they were all prepared to die on the battlefield, but who would have thought that they would encounter such a scene? Li Yue really won with 1 against 1,000. We won. Everyone finally reacted and let out a burst of exclamation. Excitement appeared on every ninja's face, and his gaze towards Li Yue was filled with admiration. Master Li Yue is too powerful. One person alone against 2,000 Cloud Shinobi, and will kill Cloud Shinobi and defeat them. Ha ha ha, there is another strong man in the village. I see who will dare to offend Konoha in the future. All the ninjas were discussing excitedly. They believed that once the news spread, the entire ninja world would be shaken. The battle is not over yet. There are still 500 Cloud Shinobi who have escaped, and now immediately organize a team to pursue them. Li Yue interrupted the cheers. Yes, a group of ninjas responded loudly, and then formed several teams to pursue. The killing scene was staged again. Run, run. A man named Cloud Shinobi was terrified. Li Yue alone defeated them, and now there are hundreds of Konoha elite ninjas, and they are not even opponents. If you don't run away quickly, you will definitely be killed. However, their escape was obviously futile, and the screams kept ringing out, and the single Cloud Shinobi was all killed. Hours later, although many Cloud Shinobi escaped, their goal had been achieved, and the Konoha Shinobi fighters reunited to celebrate this victory. The next step is to claim against Cloud Shinobi village again. Li Yue smiled, and released a prisoner. Go back and inform Third Reikage, and tell him that if he doesn't want to go to war, he should pay the remaining 2 billion. If we don't pay the remaining 2 billion within 3 days, we will declare war on Cloud Shinobi village. This Cloud Shinobi was terrified, and fled for his life after hearing this. How do you think Third Reikage will choose? Tsunade asked in a low voice. He has no choice. Li Yue smiled. The cage-level powerhouses of Cloud Shinobi village were killed and injured, and now they have lost nearly 2,000 Cloud Shinobi, which can be described as a serious injury. If he were Reikage, Ju wouldn't start a war at this time. Certainly. Nor can they continue to persecute. After all, Cloud Shinobi village is one of the 5 great ninja villages. If the persecution continues, Cloud Shinobi village will definitely die, and choose to fight Konoha. Cloud Shinobi village. After several days of recuperation, Third Reikage's injury has improved. At this time, he was lying on a hospital bed, handling official duties while waiting for news from the border. The door of the ward was pushed open, and a Cloud Shinobi ran in a panic. Not good, Lord Reikage. What's wrong? Third Reikage put down the document in his hand, and felt a thump in his heart when he saw Cloud Shinobi's flustered face. News came from the border, saying that Uchiha Li Yue received 2 billion in compensation, but did not release Brother AI, and instead launched an attack on the border troops. This Cloud Shinobi said in a panic. What? Hearing this, Third Reikage was furious and punched the hospital bed. He didn't expect Li Yue to be so shameless. He didn't do anything after taking the money, and even detained his son. No, you mean Uchiha Li Yue attacked our garrison? Soon Third Reikage reacted and grabbed another important point. Yes, it is. This Cloud Shinobi was about to cry, and his voice trembled slightly. According to the news from the front line, Uchiha Li Yue broke into the garrison camp alone and fought against our 2,000 army with his own strength. Then what? Third Reikage didn't care about anything and grabbed this Cloud Shinobi. Our army lost to Uchiha Li Yue, and was defeated by Uchiha Li Yue. More than 1,000 Cloud Shinobi have died in battle. Cloud Shinobi with a crying voice Kaido. It's over. Third Reikage felt dizzy and almost fell off the hospital bed. He knew what this rout meant. It means that Cloud Shinobi village no longer has the ability to fight against Konoha. It means that in the next few years or even 10 years, Cloud Shinobi village will not be able to be tough on the outside. Cloud Shinobi village, which lost billions of funds and 2,000 ninjas, is almost equal to the defeat of a ninja war. Uchiha Li Yue. Third Reikage came back to his senses and let out a terrifying roar. Without Li Yue, their plan to capture the orphaned Uzumaki would have been possible. Without Li Yue, they could not have lost so much money. Without Li Yue, the village's 2,000 ninjas would not have been defeated. All of these 867s were caused by Li Yue. So he hated Li Yue to the bone, wishing to drink Li Yue's blood and eat Li Yue's flesh. Lord Reikage, what should we do now? Uchiha Lee Yue has sent word that if we don't pay the remaining 2 billion, we will attack Cloud Shinobi Village and declare war on us. Cloud Shinobi asked in a weeping voice. Attack Cloud Shinobi Village, they dare to think that there is no one in Cloud Shinobi Village. Third Reikage was furious. But after saying this, he couldn't go on. Because Cloud Shinobi Village is really unavailable. He was injured, his son was captured, 8 Tails Jinchuriki was killed, and 2 Tails Jinchuriki was old. All the top combat forces had an accident, and 2,000 Cloud Shinobi were lost. If the war is really forced, the final loser will definitely be Cloud Shinobi Village. Thinking about this clearly, Third Reikage seemed to be 10 years old, and the whole person fell into silence. It took a long time before he spoke, as if he had made a decision. Have someone reply to Uchiha Lee Yue and tell them that Cloud Shinobi Village doesn't want to go to war with Konoha and is willing to pay the remaining 2 billion in grants. He didn't dare to play tricks anymore. Not to mention any demands. I just want to end this matter as soon as possible and minimize the loss of the village. Episode 72, Overthrowing the Rule of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Lee Yue Jonin, this is the remaining supplies, including 10 million detonating charms, 5 million kunai shurikens, and 300 catties of chakra conductive metal. Cloud Shinobi said with an ugly expression, pointing to a pile of supplies behind him. With Third Reikage compromising, Konoha and Cloud Shinobi make third contact. This time, Cloud Shinobi Village learned to be smart and didn't play any tricks. Instead, they brought all the compensation materials and prepared to end this matter. Check it out, Lee Yue said to one of his subordinates. Yes. The Konoha shinobi beside him nodded and walked over to start counting. Half an hour later, the counting was completed, and the quantity was correct. Lee Yue Jonin, can you release me now? Cloud Shinobi couldn't help but said. Wouldn't it be better to do this sooner? Lee Yue said with a smile, and then waved her hand to ask someone to bring Yi Yue up. He did not continue to blackmail Cloud Shinobi Village. Because he knew that the 4 billion in compensation was already the bottom line of Cloud Shinobi Village, and if the persecution continued, Cloud Shinobi Village would definitely die. Yue AI and the others were escorted up. With a wave of Lee Yue's hand, he asked people to untie the rope, and at the same time signaled for several people to leave. Cloud Shinobi was taken aback for a moment, but he didn't expect Lee Yue to be so straightforward. But since Lee Yue didn't stop them, they wouldn't stay any longer, and left immediately with a few people. Why not repeat the trick and get more compensation? Orochimaru couldn't help asking. Third Reikage is not like someone who is cowardly externally but tough internally. He is really in a hurry. He can fight Konoha to the death. Lee Yue smiled, and then explained, and now is not the time for war, I have more important things to do. Something more important? Orochimaru was taken aback, a little puzzled. Nothing, you will know later, tilde. Lee Yue didn't explain too much. What's bigger than blackmailing Cloud Shinobi Village? Of course it is to overthrow the rule of Sarutobi Hiruzen. He didn't have eternal eyes before, so he could only adopt the strategy of blocking the water with soldiers. But now it's different. With eternal eyes, he is no longer afraid of any force. So it's time to settle accounts with Sarutobi Hiruzen too. Going back this time, he will completely overthrow the rule of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Thinking of this, Lee Yue immediately issued a return order and prepared to return to the village. Tsunagakure. Third Kazakage sat at the desk, frowning as he looked at the information in his hand. Is this all true? Yes, Lord Kazakage. According to the news from the spies, Uchiha Lee Yue fought against 2,000 Cloud Shinobi alone, defeated Cloud Shinobi, and now has received 4 billion in compensation. Anbu, who was half kneeling on the ground, whispered. Third Kazakage frowned. The negotiations between Konoha and Cloud Shinobi Village are not covered up, so not only Cloud Shinobi Village knows, but Tsunagakure also knows. Because he knew the news, when Lee Yue went to Cloud Shinobi Village, he sent spies to investigate the specific situation. But who would have thought that after 10 days, they would get such news? Master Kazakage, if Konoha receives 4 billion in compensation, the consequences will be disastrous. Anbu couldn't help reminding. I know. Third Kazakage nodded. World War II ended last year, and now everyone is practicing health and wellness. If Konoha did not have the 4 billion in compensation, it is estimated that it will take several years, or even 10 years to recover, just like Tsunagakure. But with these 4 billion, it is different. These 4 billion can greatly speed up the recovery speed of Konoha. Once Konoha recovers in advance, and Tsunagakure is still in the recovery stage, the result can be imagined. Thinking of this, he couldn't help asking. Uchiha Lee Yue is really so good now? He still knows Lee Yue well. When Lee Yue was just a fledgling, she showed her talent for terror and was called the reincarnation of Uchiha Madara. At that time, Second Kazakage was still in power. Second Kazakage had seen Uchiha Madara's demeanor, so he was extremely jealous of Lee Yue. He was afraid that Konoha would really appear as a second ninja Shura, so he gave the order to besiege. And it was he who carried out this order. Unfortunately, the siege was unsuccessful and Lee Yue ran away. Since then, he has never heard from Lee Yue again. Unexpectedly, after 8 years, that genius Konoha appeared again, and made such a noise as soon as he appeared. According to the judgment, Uchiha Lee Yue's strength is not weaker than that of any village shadow. Anbu Kaido. Cage level? Deep fear flashed in Third Kazakage's eyes. If it was someone else, he wouldn't be like this. But Lee Yue is different. Because Lee Yue and Tsunagakure have a life and death enmity. Once Lee Yue is allowed to continue to grow, the first unlucky one must be Tsunagakure. Sir Kazakage, what should we do now? Anbu asked. Third Kazakage didn't answer immediately, but thought quietly, and it took more than 10 minutes before he came up with a solution. Since you don't want Konoha to recover, the best way is to take away the 4 billion in compensation. But he also knew that this was unlikely. After all, the team escorting the indemnity is not weak, there are 3 cage levels. So I can only refund the second and destroy this compensation. As long as the indemnity is destroyed, Konoha will be in vain, and Lee Yue, who is in charge of this mission, may also be implicated. Thinking of this, he immediately looked at Anbu. Give me an order to send 100 Chanmas, elite ninjas to the Kingdom of the Moon to intercept Konoha's escort team, and destroy all the Konoha escort's indemnity. Remember, don't fight head-on with Konoha's escort team, just destroy the supplies. Master Kazakage, this. Anbu was startled. He knew what the order meant. Once it fails or is discovered by Konoha, what awaits Tsunagakure may be the war. Don't worry, because the worst situation can never be worse than it is now. Third Kazakage said lightly, then turned his gaze to the window. I saw all the earth houses outside the window, without a trace of greenery. This is Tsunagakure. Barren, dry, dull. If Tsunagakure could be as rich as Konoha, he would never give such an order, nor would he take such a risk. So for Tsunagakure's sake, he has to give it a go. Episode 73, The Slaughter is Clean. Castle Peak Gorge. A grand canyon separating the land of the moon and the land of iron. Lee Yue and his party, who received 4 billion in compensation, are escorting the indemnity to return to Konoha. There are boxes on the carriages, and hundreds of elite ninjas guard the surroundings, guarding against the appearance of enemies. Lee Yue sat on the leading horse, seemingly closing his eyes to rest his mind, but he was actually checking the system. Check-in system. Host, Uchiha Lee Yue. Sign-in time, 8 years and 30 days. Sign-in rewards, Sun Wheel Knife, Mangekyo Sharingan, Junior Sage Body, Black Particles, Breath of Thunder, Breath of Fire, Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. I don't know what the sign-in reward will be today. Lee Yue secretly thought, and then clicked the sign-in button. Ding tilde. Congratulations to host for successfully signing in and obtaining the Mangekyo Sharingan ability, Tsukuyomi. Tsukuyomi? Lee Yue, who had her eyes tightly closed, opened them instantly, with a hint of joy in them. I didn't expect to be so lucky recently. First I got the Eternal Eye, and now I got Tsukuyomi. Stop. At this moment, Orochimaru's voice sounded, and the advancing team stopped immediately. What's wrong? Lee Yue woke up with a start and turned her head to look. Ahead is Qingshan Gorge. Orochimaru explained. 927. The way they went back was different from the way they came. After all, they didn't bring anything with them before they came, but when they returned, they had more than a dozen carts of supplies. Lee Yue was taken aback for a moment and looked up. I saw a canyon in front of me. On both sides of the canyon were cliffs with flat inclined bridges, and a road was left in the middle. This terrain is most vulnerable to enemy ambushes. Tsunade frowned. Both he and Orochimaru had participated in the ninja war, and they were most sensitive to this terrain. When they saw this terrain, they naturally became vigilant in their hearts. Send a few people over to investigate. Lee Yue said. Tsunade nodded, and immediately sent 2 ninjas over, while the team waited in place. About 20 minutes later, the 2 ninjas returned. How is it going? Orochimaru asked hoarsely. However, the 2 did not answer, but raised their heads abruptly, revealing a pair of pale eyes. Orochimaru narrowed his eyes and reacted immediately. Be careful, the situation is wrong. But as soon as these words were finished, the 2 ninjas seemed to be controlled by someone. They rushed, Dibida, towards Orochimaru, and then exploded. Boom! A terrible explosion appeared, and thick smoke billowed. And the Konoha shinobi who were guarding the supplies also reacted and roared loudly. Be careful, it's an enemy attack. As soon as these words fell, people saw figures appearing around them. These figures were dressed in black clothes and black masks, except for 2 eyes, there were no other features. As soon as these men in black appeared, they went straight to the supplies guarded by the team, and each of them carried detonating symbols and flew towards the location of the supplies. Boom, boom, boom. The explosion sounded again, and thicker smoke and dust rolled up, blocking everyone's sight. Their purpose is supplies. There are ninjas yelling. Sure enough, we are being targeted. Tsunade clenched his fists and looked around vigilantly. Which side is it? Cloud Shinobi Village? Awagakure or Tsunagakure? Although he was attacked by the body bomb, Orochimaru confiscated a little injury. At this time, he held kunai in his hand and looked around vigilantly. Probably not someone from Cloud Shinobi Village. Lee Yue said lightly. He knows better than anyone what is going on in Cloud Shinobi Village now. If he dared to do this, he wouldn't have given it so much pleasure back then. So excluding Cloud Shinobi Village, it can only be Tsunagakure and Awagakure. After all, only the people of Great Ninja Village can dispatch so many ninjas in one go. And only the people in Da Ninja Village don't want to see Konoha get 4 billion supplies. Should be someone from Tsunagakure? Orochimaru recalled the scene just now. The 2 ninjas seem to be controlled by someone, which is very similar to Tsunagakure's puppetry. Snort. Don't care which village it is from, let's get rid of these bastards first. Tsunade squeezed his fist and said coldly. Immediately after speaking, he rushed forward, clenched his fists with infinite power, and then punched the ground. Boom! A terrifying roar exploded. A powerful force erupted, and instantly smashed a big hole in the ground, and a strong airflow swept up, blowing away the surrounding smoke and dust. Without the obstruction of smoke and dust, people can see everything around them clearly. I saw men in black appearing all around were besieging the convoy. After a round of siege, a lot of supplies had been damaged. Do it, don't let him touch the detonator. Lee Yue drank loudly. The detonating talisman will explode, and once it encounters flames, all supplies will be destroyed. As he spoke, he jumped up, and his body turned into a bolt of lightning. Thorn tilde. The golden thunder light blooms. Every time they passed a place, a man in black fell down. However, these men in black are not afraid of death, they don't care about their own life and death, and keep attacking those supplies. Susanoo. Lee Yue yelled loudly, the red chakra rose up, and a 100-meter giant appeared in front of everyone. As Susanoo's long sword swept across, the huge sword tens of meters instantly swept away more than a dozen men in black. What? The Sand Shinobi ninja saw this horrified. That's right. They are 100 elite ninjas sent by 3rd Kazakage. The purpose is to destroy the supplies. Seeing that Lee Yue swept away more than a dozen ninjas with one sword, he immediately felt bad. Attack! Attack quickly, don't worry about those materials, destroy the 2 billion silver notes quickly. The lead Sand Shinobi shouted. The other Sand Shinobi heard this and acted immediately. But before they could succeed, Orochimaru stood in front of them, and quickly patted the ground with both hands. Summoning technique, triple Rashomon. Boom, boom, boom. 3 terrifying roars sounded, and ghost-like gates appeared, blocking in front of the Sand Shinobi. And Lee Yue swung his long sword quickly, killing more than 30 Sand Shinobi. In just a few minutes, there were more than 40 people left in 100 Sand Shinobi. How come? The leader, Sand Shinobi, was horrified to see this. According to their thinking, 100 of them ambushed around, and when the opportunity came, they would destroy the materials with one sentence. After all, supplies are dead, not alive, and they can't dodge by themselves. As long as they disregard casualties and ignore Konoha Shinobi's obstruction, they will surely succeed. But who would have thought? Lee Yue will have this kind of strength. Susanoo, who is 100 meters high, can take away a dozen or 20 ninjas with one sword. If this continues, I am afraid that they will be slaughtered before the supplies are destroyed. Episode 74, Hiruzen, you are too weak. Retreat, retreat. The leader, Sand Shinobi, finally couldn't bear it anymore and shouted loudly. Sand Shinobi, who was attacking the convoy regardless of life and death, immediately retreated when he heard this. Do you think you can come whenever you want and leave when you want? Tsunade's beautiful face was full of anger, and he shouted at Sand Shinobi who wanted to leave. As he spoke, he jumped up and slammed down his fist heavily. Boom! There was a loud roar. Terrifying force swept around, smashed a big hole in the ground, and sent several Sand Shinobi flying at the same time. Kill! Orochimaru didn't hold back either, and with the mudra, thousands of Lion Majesty appeared and went towards Sand Shinobi. As for Lee Yue, not much to say at all. Controlling Susanoo to open and close, every time the long sword slashes, it will bring huge casualties. 10 minutes. It only took 10 minutes. The sand shinobi who came to attack the convoy were all killed, and only a few escaped. Do you want to chase? Orochimaru asked hoarsely. No. Lee Yue shook his head and looked at the convoy. Let's see how the supplies are, and check how much is lost. Orochimaru and Tsunade nodded, and immediately ordered the team to check the supplies. Half an hour later, the statistical results appeared. There are 2 truckloads of supplies lost due to this attack, and the price is about 50 million. Damn it, who attacked us? Tsunade said angrily. Either someone from Tsunagakure, or someone from Iwagakure. Lee Yue said lightly, and asked someone to check the body to see if there was any evidence. However, this inspection did not find anything. Because these ninjas did not carry anything other than some weapons, it was obvious that they were prepared to die in battle and be searched before they started. Bring some corpses back to the village and see if the ninjas from the interrogation department can find anything. Lee Yue said, with a flash of eyes at the same time. He was still thinking about how to overthrow the rule of Sarutobi Hiruzen after returning to Konoha. But what happened today gave him an inspiration and made him figure out how to deal with Sarutobi Hiruzen, so he really wants to thank these men in black. Tsunade nodded. After packing up everything and confirming that there is no ambush ahead, the group set off again. Konohagakure, 3rd Hokage and 2 elders, Utatani Koharu and Mitokado Omura, are discussing government affairs in the office. But at this moment, the door was pushed open, and Danzo ran in hastily. What's wrong, Danzo? Sarutobi Hiruzen asked a little dissatisfied when Danzo left without even knocking on the door. Hiruzen, something happened, Danzo said in a deep voice. Sarutobi Hiruzen was taken aback for a moment, a little confused. According to the information sent back from my roots, when Uchiha Lee Yue claimed against Cloud Shinobi Village, he claimed an extra 2 billion from Cloud Shinobi Village. Cloud Shinobi Village doesn't want to pay this huge sum of money, and sent 2,000 more troops to the border. Danzo told the situation again. What? Sarutobi Hiruzen was startled, and then reacted quickly. Then what's the result? Did Lee Yue and Cloud Shinobi have a conflict? That's right. But we didn't suffer. Uchiha Lee Yue faced an army of 2,000 Cloud Shinobi alone, and defeated Cloud Shinobi. 3rd Raikage chose to compromise and paid us 4 billion in compensation. Danzo Kaido. 1 person against 2,000 troops? Sarutobi Hiruzen was taken aback, a look of shock appeared on his face. Is this true? Utatani Koharu on the side couldn't help asking. Although she knew that Danzo would not lie about such things, she still couldn't believe it. After all, that's 2,000 Cloud Shinobi, not 200 Cloud Shinobi. Do you think I joke about something like this? Danzo snorted coldly. Since Lee Yue defeated Cloud Shinobi and received 4 billion in compensation, what are you talking about? Sarutobi Hiruzen asked suspiciously. Isn't that a big deal? Danzo looks like he hates iron and steel. Uchiha Lee Yue 4 billion won in compensation for the village, and once he returns to the village, his prestige may rise to an unimaginable level. Hiruzen, Uchiha Lee Yue is a rebellious person. In the past, he dared to harm his fellow villagers. If he was allowed to gain such a reputation, his behavior and dealings would become even more unscrupulous. So we have to guard against it. After these words fell, the whole office fell silent. Sarutobi Hiruzen frowned, as if thinking about Danzo's words. But he shook his head after thinking about it for a while. Lee Yue 4 billion won compensation for the village. She is the hero of the village, so don't say such things again. Asking for flowers. He really wanted to suppress Lee Yue and the Uchiha clan. But not as ruthless as Danzo. After all, it is too shameless for Lee Yue to contribute to the village on the front foot and suppress it on the back foot. No matter how dark his heart is, he can't do such a thing. Hiruzen, if we don't restrict now, Uchiha Lee Yue will become the 2nd Uchiha Madara sooner or later. Danzo is in a hurry. From the moment Lee Yue returned to the village to kill the root ninja, he saw through Lee Yue's essence. Know that Lee Yue is a person who is not controlled by others. For such uncontrolled people, the best way is to destroy. That's why he can't wait to deal with Lee Yue. Okay, don't say any more. Sarutobi Hiruzen shouted loudly, interrupting Danzo's words. Hiruzen, you. Danzo's face was ugly, and he slammed his cane. You are too weak. If you don't suppress Uchiha Lee Yue now, you will definitely regret your decision now. Enough. As a Hokage, I have my own examination area. Sarutobi Hiruzen was also a little annoyed by what was said, and his tone became a little more serious. Danzo, don't forget, I am Hokage. You. Danzo's face was livid with anger. Danzo, what Hiruzen said is right. Uchiha Lee Yue is a hero of the village. Even if there is something to do, we have to talk about it later. Utatani Koharu agreed. Good. You will regret it sooner or later. Danzo has nothing to say, he can only put down a harsh word and leave. Danzo, who left the office, walked out of the building. Under the sunlight, he turned his head and looked at the building, his eyes were full of sharpness. Hiruzen, you are so weak, you are not suitable to be Hokage at all, only strong enough can lead the village to a higher peak. So Uchiha Lee Yue must be cleared, and everything I do is for Konoha. Said strode away. He has decided on two things. One thing is to shoot Lee Yue and clear Lee Yue. The second thing is that he has been completely disappointed with Sarutobi Hiruzen, and he is going to plan to become Hokage by himself after this matter is over. But Danzo's idea was doomed to fail. Because Lee Yue is also planning to overthrow all the high-level members of Konoha, including Danzo Yi. Episode 75, Third Generation, Your Son is Dead. Inside Hokage's office. With Danzo's departure, the three no longer discussed government affairs, but carefully thought about everything Danzo said. Hiruzen, although Danzo is a bit aggressive, what he said doesn't make sense. Mitokado Omura whispered. I know. Sarutobi Hiruzen smoked a cigarette, then nodded. He knew Lee Yue's character, and he never wanted to stop suppressing Uchiha. The reason not to do this is because it is not the time. After all, Lee Yue has just won benefits for the village. Others who have done meritorious service for the village with the front foot and then suppressed it with the back foot will definitely cause some unnecessary gossip. So he has already figured it out. After a period of time, they found a reason to transfer Lee Yue away from the village, and cut the mess quickly, reducing the power of the security department in one fell swoop. As long as the power of the security department is weakened, he can gradually compress Uchiha's living space. By then, the Uchiha clan and Lee Yue will not be at his disposal. Utatani Koharu and Mitokado Omura saw Sarutobi, 197, Hiruzen's confident face, and immediately understood what Sarutobi Hiruzen was thinking, with admiration on his face. My old friend is better at playing tricks. Compared with this old friend, Danzo is not at the same level at all. Toughness is a good thing, but being too tough will only backfire. Danzo still doesn't understand my painstaking efforts. Sarutobi Hiruzen felt the admiration of his companions, and a smile appeared on his face. For him, it is not easy to handle Lee Yue. Rather than being aggressive like Danzo and messing things up, it's better to take your time, boil the frog in warm water, and eliminate the threat invisibly. 5 days later, the carriages were driving on the wide road, and they were about to reach Konoha. They're back. As the convoy approached the gate, an exclamation sounded. The group of people in the convoy was startled, and when they looked up, they saw a crowd of people around the gate of the village. Master Lee Yue, they are back. I heard that Master Lee Yue killed 2,000 Cloud Shinobi at one go in order to recover the compensation, so that Cloud Shinobi village compromised and agreed to pay 4 billion in compensation. 4 billion, that's 4 billion. During World War II last year, we lost so many comrades and fought for so many years before we got 4 billion in compensation from Tsunagakure. Yeah, Master Lee Yue casually got 4 billion in compensation for the village, it's really amazing. The ninja guarding the gate of the village said excitedly. Looks like the news has spread. Orochimaru said in a hoarse voice, and then turned his head to look at Lee Yue. From now on, Mr. Lee Yue will be the hero of the village. Hero? Lee Yue sneered. If Orochimaru knew what he was going to do when he came back this time, he probably wouldn't have said this. Let's go. Tsunade spoke up, leading the team away. And the Konoha shinobi guards at the gate of the village also dispersed with a whoosh to make way for people. Seeing Lee Yue walking through the aisle, all the guarding ninjas showed admiration. Master Lee Yue, Master Tsunade, Master Orochimaru, and Master Third Hokage are welcome. At this time, an Anbu appeared, half kneeling in front of the three of them. Lee Yue nodded, and then asked someone to send the supplies to the logistics department for processing. Teacher, let's go first. Namikaze Minato on the side spoke. Good. I guess I don't have time these days, so you guys train by yourself. Lee Yue nodded. Yes. The three of Minato responded, and then left. Watching the three students leave, Lee Yue also went to the Hokage administration building with Tsunade and Orochimaru. A few minutes later, the three came under the building. Looking at the Hokage administration building in front of her, Lee Yue's eyes flickered. He knew that when he stepped into the building, it was the day he broke with Sarutobi Hiruzen. And this breakup is different than before. This breakup, it is an endless break. Because he killed Sarutobi Shinosuke. Also give Sarutobi Hiruzen the head of Sarutobi Shinosuke. Once this is done, the two will never die. But I'm not afraid of anything anymore. The corners of Lee Yue's mouth were curved. Thinking about walking towards the interior of the building, climbed to the second floor, and came to the administrative office. Knocking on the door, the three walked in. And Sarutobi Hiruzen, the third Hokage, was already waiting there. After seeing the three of Lee Yue, they immediately showed bright smiles. Lee Yue, you are back. I've heard about Cloud Shinobi Village. You have done a good job and won great benefits for the village. Sarutobi Hiruzen said sincerely. These 4 billion are very critical to Konoha. With these 4 billion, Konoha can continue to improve its military strength while recovering from the trauma of World War II. More importantly, the 4 billion was obtained when he was in power, so even if Lee Yue contributed to it, it can be counted as his contribution. In this way, his achievements in office can be added. Master Third Generation, this is what we should do. Lee Yue replied, and seemed to think of something again after speaking, and pretended to sigh. By the way, Lord Third Generation, I have some bad news to tell you. Bad news? Sarutobi Hiruzen thumped in his heart, and looked behind Lee Yue at the same time, but he didn't see his son, so he couldn't help asking. By the way, where is Shinsuke? Didn't he come to the office with you? Master Third Generation, the bad news I want to share is related to Shinsuke. Lee Yue said lightly. What? Sarutobi Hiruzen's heart beat violently, and a bad premonition rushed straight into his heart. In order to make Cloud Shinobi Village pay 4 billion in compensation as soon as possible, we sneaked into Cloud Shinobi Village and used hallucinogenic drugs to make 8 Tails Jinchuriki go berserk. Although the plan was successful, Shinsuke died during the mission. The situation was critical at the time, and we were unable to retrieve Shinosuke's body. In the end, we only brought back a head. Lee Yue said with a pretentious sigh. As he spoke, he took out a scroll, and following the seal, a well-preserved head appeared on the scroll. Shinsuke? Looking at the eldest son's head, Sarutobi Hiruzen shuddered violently, his eyes full of shock and anger. Although usually this son is useless. But no matter how ineffective, this is still his eldest son, and he loves him from the bottom of his heart. And he also placed high hopes on the eldest son, hoping that the eldest son would take over the position of 4th Hokage. But it was the eldest son whom he had placed high hopes on, but now he died. So no matter how calm Sarutobi Hiruzen is usually, he can't maintain his previous posture at this moment. His body was trembling, and his arms were even more bruised because of the 5 fingers gripping the corner of the table. In the end, what happened? Sarutobi Hiruzen asked sharply. This time he didn't ask Lee Yue, but looked at Tsunade and Orochimaru. He knew that what Lee Yue, who had a grudge against him, might say was 5.5 false. So he can only count on his 2 disciples. Snort. Didn't Lee Yue say that Shinsuke was not strong enough and died in the mission? There are countless ninjas killed in the mission, why can't it be Shinsuke? Tsunade snorted coldly. Although she knows the truth, she won't tell Sarutobi Hiruzen. Because she also has a feud with Sarutobi Hiruzen. The reason why the Senju clan declined back then was because of the calculations of Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo. So when she saw the sad Sarutobi Hiruzen, she didn't have any mercy, only the pleasure of revenge. Tsunade. Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't expect Tsunade to have such an attitude, and was furious in his heart. But he is a wily man after all. Seeing Tsunade's attitude, I knew I had lost my composure. I understand that even if I doubt it, I shouldn't say it in person. After Lee Yue leaves, it's not too late to investigate in private. Episode 76, Osuma will die too. Thinking about this, Sarutobi Hiruzen immediately calmed down and returned to his usual composure. Looking at the 3 of Lee Yue, they stopped talking about Shinsuke. Shinosuke's death in battle was due to his lack of strength, so he can't blame others. You have worked hard on this mission, you have won great benefits for the village, you are the heroes of the village, so let's go and reunite with your family first. Snort. Tsunade snorted coldly, then turned and left without looking back. And Lee Yue looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen with a smile. Master Third Generation, you have to be sad and resigned. Although Shinsuke died in battle, he died well. He is the hero of the village. By the way, I heard that Master Third Generation has a second son. Master Third Generation should teach this second son well, so as not to follow the old path of Shinsuke. The veins on Sarutobi Hiruzen's arms popped out under his long sleeves. If only doubted just now. So now it's 31 for sure. Shinsuke died not because of the mission, there must be other reasons, and it has something to do with Lee Yue. Of course, most importantly, he heard the threat from Lee Yue. What does it mean to follow the old path of Shinsuke? Is it a curse that his young son will die? Or does Lee Yue want to kill her only remaining son? But he is also an old fox. Even though his son died and was threatened by Lee Yue like this, his expression didn't change much. Shinsuke is indeed the hero of the village. Although Osuma is young, I will also train him to be an excellent ninja and inherit my fire consciousness. Then I hope the 3rd generation will succeed. Lee Yue sneered. Inheriting my consciousness of fire, rather than inheriting the consciousness of fire, this sentence has already revealed many problems. Description: Sarutobi Hiruzen has always regarded the position of Hokage as his own. After the death of Sarutobi Shinsuke, he did not give up the idea of Hokage inheritance, but aimed at the youngest son. It seems that he wants his youngest son to inherit the position of Hokage. Wanting to understand this, Li Yue turned and left without saying anything more. After Li Yue left, Orochimaru and Sarutobi Hiruzen were left in the office. Orochimaru didn't leave with him, because he knew that as a teacher, he must have something to ask himself. Orochimaru, quote, Sarutobi Hiruzen smoked a cigarette and spoke after a moment of silence. Can you explain the process of sneaking into Cloud Shinobi Village? He. Didn't Li Yue say that we encountered Cloud Shinobi in the process of sneaking into Cloud Shinobi Village, and then there was a conflict, and Shinsuke was also killed because of his lack of strength? Orochimaru chuckled. Orochimaru. Sarutobi Hiruzen stared fixedly at his most proud disciple. He couldn't understand why Orochimaru didn't tell the truth. What's more, he couldn't understand why Orochimaru, who was his most proud disciple and whom he had placed high hopes on, drifted away from him, and now even stood by Li Yue's side. Sensei Sarutobi, is power really that important? After all, Orochimaru is not the Orochimaru of later generations. After the silent meeting, he asked the question he had always wanted to ask. Sarutobi Hiruzen's expression froze. Does power matter? If it was placed in the past, he would definitely say it was not important. But after being a Hokage, enjoying the power to speak and act on behalf of the whole village, he gradually became obsessed with this feeling. So for him now, power matters. Because of his power, he is the strongest Hokage who is respected and feared by all ninja worlds. It is also because of power that the Sarutobi family can surpass other families. Sensei Sarutobi, you are really old. Looking at the silent teacher, Orochimaru smiled lowly. He didn't know why the teacher he once admired became like this. The former teacher Sarutobi was heroic, resolute, powerful, able to sacrifice his life for the village, and sacrificed his life for his companions. He was the object of his admiration. But what about the current Sarutobi teacher? Gradually forgetting the beliefs of the past, he became obsessed with fighting for power and profit, and even suppressed the same village family and ninjas for power. The originally vibrant village has also become decayed because of this kind of management. Orochimaru, everything I do is for the village. Sarutobi Hiruzen couldn't help retorting. He. Orochimaru smiled, but turned away without saying anything. Sarutobi Hiruzen's attitude has completely disappointed him. From now on he will be Orochimaru who lives in Konoha, not Konoha's Orochimaru. The so-called village. It doesn't matter to him anymore. Orochimaru. Watching his disciples leave, Sarutobi Hiruzen took a deep breath and his face became gloomy. The current situation is very unfavorable to him. Because the masters in the village are no longer under his control. Let me talk about Konoha's White Fangya Hitaki first. Before Li Yue came back, she could still listen to him. But with the return of Li Yue, the Hitaki family seems to be drifting away from the Hokage family. Among them, Hitaki Yuki became Li Yue's disciple 420, which represents the attitude of the Hitaki clan. Let's talk about Tsunade. Although Tsunade's attitude towards him was not very good before, it will not be as bad as it is now, and it will be weird to him from time to time. After that comes Orochimaru. When Li Yue was still at Rigao Mountain, Orochimaru was his most proud disciple. After experiencing what happened today, he found that this disciple was drifting away from himself. Hitaki Sakumo, Tsunade, Orochimaru. The top ninjas in the village were out of control at this moment. I can still listen to him now. It seems Jiraiya is the only one left. But Jiraiya is not in the village, and the distant water can't quench the thirst at all. Sarutobi Hiruzen, who felt that the situation was not good for him, finally couldn't sit still, and shouted in one direction. Go and call Elder Danzo, saying that we have something important to discuss. Yes. The dark Anbu responded, and then disappeared instantly. Seeing and believe, Sarutobi Hiruzen also stood up, came to the window, looked at the Hokage rock outside the window, his face extremely gloomy. Uchiha Li Yue. This was the first time he felt that his rule was threatened and the situation was out of his control. Also the first time. I want to deal with one person so much. Chapter 77. It's not too much to open the eyes of the whole family, right? After Li Yue left, she returned directly to the tribe. But before he sat down for a few minutes, Uchiha Fugaku's voice came from outside the room, and then he saw the other party rushing in. What's wrong, so flustered? Li Yue sat at a low table and poured herself a cup of tea. Brother, I heard that Sarutobi Shinsuke died, is this true? Uchiha Fugaku asked in a low voice. The news that Li Yue 4 billion won in compensation for the village has spread in a short period of time, and Li Yue also gained great popularity in an instant. And in this prestige, also mixed with another news. #BT. Sarutobi Shinsuke, son of 3rd Hokage, died in this mission. For others, the news is nothing more than a sigh and then no concern. But for Uchiha Fugaku, he smelled something wrong, so he hurried back to the family, wanting to ask his elder brother what was going on. "I killed it." Li Yue drank a cup of tea, then lightly Kaido. What? Uchiha Fugaku froze in place. He didn't expect his elder brother to answer so simply. "Relax, Sarutobi Hiruzen does not know the truth." Li Yue chuckled lightly. Uchiha Fugaku opened his mouth with a troubled expression. "It's nothing but, so what if Sarutobi Hiruzen guessed it?" Li Yue put down his teacup, and his gaze became deep. After so many years, Konoha's Hokage position should be returned to the Uchiha clan. "Big brother, what do you want?" Uchiha Fugaku was startled, and heard something wrong from Li Yue's words. "Just let the family prepare." Li Yue didn't explain too much. She seemed to think of something, so she said with a smile. "By the way, tomorrow you call all the ninjas in your family who are over 10 years old to the shrine. I have gifts for them." "Gift?" Uchiha Fugaku didn't keep up with Li Yue's thinking jump for a while, and asked with some doubts. "As the patriarch of the Uchiha clan, it shouldn't be too much for me to open the eyes of most of the clan, right?" The corners of Li Yue's mouth were curved. When returning to the village, he gained the Tsukuyomi ability. So he figured out a way. That is to use Tsukuyomi to create an illusion comparable to reality, and then use it on the tribe. Clansmen who receive strong mental stimulation may suffer severe mental trauma, but they may also activate Sharingan. The spirit was severely traumatized, and at most, he would lie in the hospital for a month just like Kakashi and Urjuzi. Sharingan can be turned on is different. Once the Uchiha people open Sharingan, their strength will be greatly improved, so this is a surefire deal. Let most of the clansmen open their eyes. Uchiha Fugaku was frightened and silly, and then asked eagerly, brother, is this true?" Although the Uchiha family has the Sharingan blood inheritance. But as we all know, not everyone can awaken Tsuji. Even in the Uchiha clan, there are many people who cannot open the Sharingan throughout their lives. If Li Yue can really enable all the clansmen to activate Sharingan, then the strength of the Uchiha clan will definitely increase greatly, and it will no longer be a fantasy to seize the position of Hokage by then. Although I dare not say that I am 100% sure, but 70% is still possible. However, this method has some sequelae. Regardless of whether Sharingan is turned on or not, the spirit will be seriously injured, and it may lie in a hospital bed for a month. Li Yue faintly Kaido. There are also high and low talents of family ninjas. Some people can activate the Sharingan after being stimulated, and some people cannot activate it even if they are strongly stimulated. So he can only guarantee a probability of 70%? Enough. Uchiha Fugaku's face was full of excitement. What does the probability of 70 represent? That is to say, 7 out of 10 tribesmen can activate Sharingan, which is already a terrifying probability. As for being mentally traumatized? He just ignores it. After all, there is no free lunch in the world. If you can open Sharingan, what can you do if you lie in a hospital bed for a month? Then go down and get ready. Li Yue waved her hand. Uchiha Fugaku nodded heavily, and Naka ran outside. But before he ran a few steps, he stopped again, turned back to Li Yue, and asked in a low voice. "Brother, why don't we do it in batches?" "Batches?" Li Yue was taken aback. Brother killed Sarutobi Shinsuke. With the character of Sarutobi Hiruzen, he will definitely not let him go. And the eldest brother said that opening the Sharingan will hurt the tribe, so... Uchiha Fugaku whispered. "It's because I didn't think carefully, so let's do it in batches." Li Yue nodded. "This concern is unwarranted. I have already broken my face with Sarutobi Hiruzen. If the clansmen are injured because of opening their eyes, Sarutobi Hiruzen will definitely not let go of this opportunity. Therefore, opening the eyes of the clansmen in batches can not only ensure the achievement of the goal, but also avoid danger. Of course, the most important thing is, with Eternal Eyes, he can use ear-reading at will. Even if you use this skill multiple times, it won't affect you." "Yes." Uchiha Fugaku turned and left. Soon, news spread in the Uchiha clan's clan. That is, Li Yue has, does it, a way to open the eyes of the tribe. After the news came out, the whole family was instantly detonated. "Is this true? The patriarch has a way of unlocking the Sharingan for us." "Of course it's true. Although I don't know what method to use, Master Fugaku has already spread the news that tomorrow the first batch of clansmen will open their eyes." "That's great. God bless me, Uchiha clan." All the clansmen were very excited. If the Uchiha family can really master the method of opening eyes, then I don't need to think about how powerful the Uchiha family will become. Shocked at the Uchiha clan. The news spread throughout Konoha like a storm, and the major families also got the news immediately. They were as shocked as the Uchiha people. What method will Lee Yue use to open the eyes of the tribe? Episode 78, The Shock of the Third Generation. Inside the administrative office of the Hokage building, the high-level Konoha, headed by Sarutobi Hiruzen, all gathered together. Did Shinsuke really die because of the mission? Utatani Koharu looked at the head on the desk with a look of shock on his face. She didn't expect this to happen. Sarutobi Shinsuke, who is the son of Hokage, will die as a guest this time. Have you asked Orochimaru and Tsunade? Mitokado Omura was also somewhat incredulous. Ask, but their rhetoric is the same as Uchiha Lee Yue's. Sarutobi Hiruzen was smoking a cigarette silently with his back to several people. Utatani Koharu and Mitokado Omura were startled. Same as what Lee Yue said? Although these words are only a few short words, they reveal many problems. The biggest problem is that his old friend's disciple seemed to be out of Chufa's control. I said earlier that Uchiha Lee Yue acted recklessly, but Hiruzen, you just don't believe it now. Danzo snorted coldly, secretly proud in his heart. A few days ago, he was reprimanded for the incident of leaving 817, but this happened in a blink of an eye. What does this mean? This shows that my thinking is right. Lee Yue is indeed a rebellious person, and Shinosuke's death must have something to do with Lee Yue. Okay, now is not the time to say this, let's investigate the situation first. Mitokado Omura lightened the mood. I have already investigated the ones that should be investigated, and the ninjas who also participated in the mission don't know about it at all. Sarutobi Hiruzen shook his head. The plan to sneak into Cloud Shinobi Village was proposed by Lee Yue, and only Lee Yue and 3 people participated in the task. With both Lee Yue and Orochimaru denying it, who dares to say that Shinsuke was killed by Lee Yue? So it's been a mystery from the start. It depends on which result people want to believe. Investigate what? Danzo snorted coldly, somewhat hating iron and steel. Uchiha Lee Yue has always had a grudge against Shinsuke, otherwise, with the strength of him and Orochimaru, how could they not be able to deal with Cloud Shinobi? What is the strength of Lee Yue and Orochimaru? The real cage level. If you really meet Cloud Shinobi, with the strength of the two, you can solve it even with your eyes closed, so how can Shinsuke be killed in battle? So there are loopholes in Lee Yue's rhetoric from the very beginning. Sarutobi Hiruzen was silent, but the veins on the arm holding the pipe showed his mood. Hiruzen, why are you still hesitating? Danzo shouted loudly, looking impatient. If we still wait to die, we will definitely pay the price for it in the future. Lee Yue has been defined by him as an extremely dangerous person. Powerful and amazingly talented, not weaker than Uchiha Madara, the ancestor of Uchiha. And more importantly, Lee Yue is not as conceited as Uchiha Madara, and disdains to do some shady tricks. As we can see from the recent incidents, Lee Yue can do whatever it takes to achieve his goals, and is more difficult to deal with than Uchiha Madara. If you continue to retreat again and again, they must be the ones who regret it in the end. I know. Sarutobi Hiruzen took a deep breath and seemed to have made up his mind. Just when he wanted to ask Danzo what he could do, there was a knock on the office door. The people present were stunned for a moment, and then they saw an Anba walking in, half kneeling in front of them. Master Hokage, there is news that Uchiha Lee Yue has mastered the method of opening the Sharingan, and this method can open the Sharingan for all Uchiha people. Uchiha Lee Yue decided to open the eyes of the whole family tomorrow. Anbu quickly explained the matter. DBDB, huh? Sarutobi Hiruzen was taken aback. What did you say? Uchiha Lee Yue has mastered the method of opening the Sharingan? And wants to open the eyes of the whole clan of ninjas? Danzo's eyes widened in disbelief. Yes. Anbu, who was half kneeling on the ground, nodded heavily. How did you get the news? Utatani Koharu asked. My lord, the news has spread in the village, and many people know about it. Anbu Kaido. Several people looked at each other in blank dismay, as if doubting the authenticity of the news. Thank you for your hard work, you go down first. Sarutobi Hiruzen reacted immediately, swung Anbu back, who came to report. After Anbu left, Mito asked. Hiruzen, this news can't be true, can it? If it's true, it's a big deal. Because the Uchiha family has been so powerful that it is unimaginable, and it is the first family of Konoha. If you master the method of opening your eyes, it will be great. Snort. How could it be true? Danzo reacted and snorted coldly. He didn't believe in such a thing. After all, the boundary of blood succession is not something that can be opened if one wants to. If there is such a method in the world, why didn't Uchiha discover it before? So in his opinion, Lee Yue is fooling people. It's hard to say now. Sarutobi Hiruzen did not veto it like Danzo did, but was still in a dubious attitude. If it is true, it is too incredible. But if it is false, why did the Uchiha family release the news? Wouldn't it be a joke if we didn't do it by then? Whether it's true or not, let's see it first and then we'll know. Utatani Koharu said. That's right. Sarutobi Hiruzen also reacted and nodded heavily. Since Lee Yue is going to open the eyes of the tribe tomorrow, what can they do if they wait a day? If it is true, then they will immediately start to deal with the Uchiha family to prevent the Uchiha family from skyrocketing. If it is false, it is not too late to make a decision. Hiruzen, don't be soft-hearted this time. Danzo couldn't help reminding. A long time ago, Shodai and Nidami told me that the most important thing in the ninja world and the village is balance, and only balance can bring peace. When one party is too strong and the admiral balance is broken, the peace of the village will also disappear. Sarutobi Hiruzen said in a low voice, looking righteous. Anyone who dares to break the balance of the village and break the peace of the village, I will not let it go. Everything I do is for the sake of the village and to implement the beliefs of Shodai and Nidami. Episode 79, Let the whole clan open their eyes. The next morning, inside the central house of the Uchiha tribe. How are things going? Sitting at the low table, Lee Yue asked while eating breakfast. Brother, everything is ready. There are a total of 20 clansmen who will open Sharingan for the first time. Uchiha Fugaku solemnly Kaido. Lee Yue nodded, and the speed of eating also increased by 1 point. Seeing that his eldest brother was still eating breakfast leisurely, Uchiha Fugaku's tone became hesitant. If you have anything to say it quickly. I'm hesitating, Shijiao. Lee Yue scolded. Brother, I want to ask, is it really okay for us to spread the news? Now everyone knows that you have mastered the method of awakening blood successor. Uchiha Fugaku hurried Kaido. Could it be that if you don't spread it, others won't know about it? Lee Yue was speechless. This kind of thing is obviously unavoidable. Since you can't hide it, why spend all that effort? It's better to do it openly, maybe it can give people a kind of deterrence. Okay. Uchiha Fugaku didn't dare to ask any more. It's over, let's go to the shrine now. Lee Yue dropped the bowl and chopsticks and stood up. Yes. Uchiha Fugaku's tone instantly became agitated. After speaking, the two left the house and walked towards God. At this time, the shrine was surrounded by people. Not only that, other families in the village are also secretly inquiring about Uchiha's news. After all, this is a groundbreaking event. If Lee Yue really masters the method of opening the Sharingan, then Uchiha will surely rise. The patriarch is here. At this moment, a burst of exclamation sounded. The clansmen who had been surrounding immediately turned their heads to look, and when they saw Lee Yue, they hurriedly moved out of the way and bowed at the same time. Is it finally about to start? I don't know what method the patriarch will use to open the eyes of the clansmen. If it is really successful, then my Uchiha clan will definitely rise up, and it will be even bigger than the Sengoku era. The bowing clansmen discussed in low voices. And Lee Yue also came to the shrine during the discussion. At this time, the 20 clansmen waiting at the shrine immediately showed eager expressions. They are the experiencers. He is also the experimenter who verified whether Lee Yue's method can be successful. Is everything ready? Lee Yue looked at the 20 people and asked indifferently. Patriarch, we are all ready. Kaido, the 20 members of the tribe spoke in unison. Well, you stand in a row and look me straight in the eye. Lee Yue said. Everyone was stunned, and one of them couldn't help asking, Clan, Patriarch, can we just stand in a row and look directly at you? Then what else do you want? Lee Yue asked with a smile. The clansmen opened their mouths, but they couldn't say a word. Before coming to the shrine, they made up a lot of things in their brains, thinking about what earth-shattering method their family head would use to open their eyes. But who would have thought that they only need to stand in a row? Soon, 20 people stood in a row, and looked Lee Yue straight in the eyes one by one. Lee Yue took a deep breath, opened her eyes wide, and said in a low voice, Tsukuyomi. The moment these words fell, Lee Yue's dark eyes flashed scarlet, and the 3 tomoe spun rapidly in the eyes. Then, under the shocked eyes of all the clansmen, the 3 hook jades condensed together to form a double hexagonal star pattern. This is? There was a look of horror on the faces of all the clansmen. As the Uchiha clan, how could they not know Mangekyo Sharingan? It's just that they didn't expect that since the head of the family hid it so deeply, even after awakening Mangekyo, it was never exposed. Mangekyo Sharingan, this is Mangekyo Sharingan. The patriarch has awakened the taboo eyes in the family. No wonder the patriarch said that there is a way to activate blood succession for the tribe. If it is Mangekyo, maybe it can be done. The clansmen discussed in shock. Big brother has awakened Mangekyo? Uchiha Fugaku gasped, then trembled with excitement. When all the clansmen were shocked, Lee Yue had already used Tsukuyomi on 20 clansmen. The irresistible illusion directly changes the scene in the eyes of the clansmen, allowing them to see the scene they least want to see. For example, relatives were killed and children were slaughtered. Asking for flowers. Another example is the death of the family and the death of a lover. Tragic scenes came into view one after another, constantly stimulating their nerves. And what's more, the person they hate the most also appeared in the illusion, who tied them to the cross, hurt them time and time again with sharp weapons, and hurt the person they cared about the most. The eyes of the 20 clansmen who were hit by Tsukuyomi were bloodshot, they groaned in pain, and their facial muscles twisted even more, as if they were greatly stimulated. What happened? The onlookers were amazed. But just when this doubt came out, one person exclaimed in shock. Look at Rooting's eyes. After these words fell, everyone looked at it. I saw a clansman named Uchiha Rooting who was hit by Tsukuyomi, kneeling on the ground with a face full of pain. He tilted his head up, his facial muscles twisted, and his hands tightly grasped the hair, tearing it constantly. But in this crazy state, his eyes slowly turned from black to red, and a jadeite slowly rotated in his eyes. Sharingan. Rooting turns on Sharingan. All the onlookers yelled out loudly, their faces full of shock. It worked. It really worked. Under the guidance of Lee Yue, the first clansman opened Sharingan. It really worked. The corners of Lee Yue's mouth were curved. What is Sharingan? Sharingan is also known as the eye of spiritual portrayal. When the Uchiha people lose their strong love or their frustration and pain, the brain will produce a special chakra, which will affect the optic nerve, thereby changing the state of the eyes. And what kind of ability is Tsukuyomi? It is a way to drag the opponent into the illusion world. Everything in the illusion world, including time, space, and quality, is all controlled by the caster. Therefore, the illusions and injuries created by Lee Yue are as real as they are. When the tribe is in pain, frustration, and loss of strong love, a special chakra is born for it, which changes the optic nerve and opens Sharingan. In the original book, Ojuzi opened the Sharingan under the double blow. So he made it. Really opened up the Sharingan thousands. Episode 80, Uchiha Makoto. Rooting opens the Sharingan, and the patriarch succeeds. Long live, as long as we have this method, we Uchiha will have a steady stream of Sharingan ninjas. Our clan will surely rise and become the real Konoha #1 clan. All the clansmen are cheering. Under the cheers, the second clansman who opened his eyes appeared, a female ninja named Uchiha Makoto, who was only 15 years old. As the second clansman opened his eyes, the clansmen became even more excited. Because if there is a second place, there will be a third place and a fourth place, and even 20 people will all open Sharingan. Tsukuyomi continues. The stimuli received by the 20 tribesmen were different, and the speed of opening their eyes was also different. 15 minutes later, 16 clansmen had activated Sharingan. But there were 4 older ones, namely, 497, who fainted from the pain, and could not open their eyes. Yatta and the others don't seem to have enabled Sharingan. Hatta is 40 years old this year, and he became a Chunin a few years ago. He has no ninja talent at all, so naturally he cannot open Sharingan. That is to say, even if the patriarch masters the method of opening the Sharingan, it depends on the ninja's own potential. Of course, I want to start Sharingan without any potential. How can there be such a good thing in the world? Even so, the patriarch is very powerful, and has mastered abilities that the family has never mastered. Yeah, it's really a blessing for our clan that the patriarch can become the patriarch of our clan. The tribe looked at Lee Yue with admiration. Although there are still 4 people who have not opened Sharingan, but those 4 are either older ninjas, or the tail of the crane in the clan, it is not surprising that they failed to open. And more importantly, 16 out of 20 people open Sharingan, which is already as high as an 8% probability. That is to say, as long as the talent is not terrible, it is possible to awaken the blood successor. This news is simply a great gift for those Uchiha people who are not too talented but not too good. Take him to the hospital. Seeing that 16 people had awakened the Sharingan, Lee Yue nodded in satisfaction, and then gave orders to his younger brother. Yes, Uchiha Fugaku loudly Kaido, the tone is full of admiration. As Uchiha Fugaku left, a boy stepped forward immediately. Patriarch, when is the next time you open your eyes? The teenager is named Uchiha Lin, and he is 5 years old this year. I just saw Uchiha Makoto, who is the same age as me, but also talented and wants to be Uchiha Makoto. Although Tsukuyomi can be painful and end up in the hospital. But this pain is nothing compared to Sharingan. The words fell, and immediately aroused the response of other clansmen. Those clansmen who didn't activate the Sharingan looked at Li Yue eagerly. The next batch will be in half a month. Li Yue smiled lightly. After all, he killed Sarutobi Shinsuke, and now he made such a horrible thing, there is no guarantee that Sarutobi Hiruzen will not do it. So come in batches to avoid chaos. The tribe showed disappointment. But Li Yue didn't pay attention to so much, and waved his hand to let the clansmen disperse. When the Uchiha tribe successfully opened their eyes, the news spread like a storm throughout Dawang. Have you heard? What did you hear? Uchiha Li Yue, the patriarch of the Uchiha clan, has mastered the method of opening the Sharingan, and has helped more than 10 tribesmen open the Sharingan. What? True or false? Of course it's true, how could I still make fun of this kind of thing? The ninjas in the village were talking. Everything Li Yue does is so unimaginable. After Orochimaru got the news, he said with a sigh. After finishing speaking, I ignored it and continued my experiment. On the other side, the high-level Konoha, who has been on the sidelines, also got the news immediately. Successful, Uchiha Li Yue has really mastered the method of opening the Sharingan. Sarutobi Hiruzen's arms were bulging with veins. He knows what that means. It means that the Uchiha family will have a steady stream of Sharingan ninjas, which means that the Uchiha family will be completely superior to other families. His power will be challenged. So now the most worrying thing is not those families, nor Danzo and the others, but himself. How on earth did Uchiha Li Yue do it? Danzo had a look of disbelief on his face. Now is not the time to discuss this, but to think about how to deal with it. Utatani Koharu shouted in a low voice. Uchiha has mastered this method and become an uneasy factor that threatens the high government, so they must act. Don't worry, let's figure out how Uchiha Li Yue did it first. Mitokado Omura agreed. I heard that Uchiha Li Yue opened the taboo eyes of the Uchiha clan, Mangekyo Sharingan. Sarutobi Hiruzen said in a solemn tone. What, Mangekyo? Danzo was taken aback. He knows Mangekyo very well. The Uchiha clan was able to compete with the Senju clan back then, thanks to these eyes. But Mangekyo has not been awakened since brother Uchiha Madara. Unexpectedly, decades later, someone opened these eyes again, and this person also had a huge conflict with them. Uchiha Li Yue must be eradicated. Danzo felt a huge sense of crisis at 5.4. In his heart, Li Yue, who opened the Mangekyo Sharingan, already qualifies as the second Uchiha Madara. He knew exactly how terrible Uchiha Madara was. If you don't want to be liquidated in the future, the best way is to kill Li Yue. In the past few days, I will find a reason to issue a mission for Uchiha Li Yue to guard the border. Sarutobi Hiruzen spoke slowly while smoking a cigarette. He couldn't wait any longer, knowing that if he didn't act, he would be the one who regretted it in the end. So he came up with a way. That is to find a reason to transfer Li Yue away from Konoha, and then quickly cut Uchiha's power. As for Li Yue, as long as Li Yue arrives at the border, he can find all kinds of reasons to embarrass Li Yue, and even frame Li Yue as a traitor.